Now let's look at what we call the common logarithm. The number system that we use is base 10. So when we have exponentials, it's common to see a base 10 for our exponents. So likewise, we have a common logarithm with a base of 10. Because this is the common logarithm, oftentimes we will write this without writing the number base. So if we write log base a and we don't specify a base, that means log base 10. On our calculator, the log key that doesn't have a number base on it will by default be base 10. So if I look on my calculator, here I can see the log key. This is going to be the button that inputs a logarithm base 10. Notice that there is no base of the logarithm inputted. So first, let's look at the following without a calculator, and we'll double check and see that our calculator gives us the same result. So find the common logarithm, log of 10. Remember that the way that we compute logarithms is I look at an exponential with the same base. So the common logarithm has a base 10 that's not specified. So I want an exponential base 10 to some power that equals 10. Well, the power that I have to raise 10 to get 10 is 1. So the common log, or log base 10 of 10, should be 1. If I double check this on my calculator, common log of 10 equals 1, and that lines up with what we found. Let's look at another one. The common log of 100. So I have 10 to some unknown power equals 100. I know that 10 squared is 100. So that tells me that common log of 100 is 2. That's the missing exponent that I needed. Remember, the inputs and outputs change between exponentials and logarithms. Let's double check on our calculator. I'm going to press the log button, input 100, and we get 2. For the common logarithm of 1, I want 10 to some unknown power to give me 1. I know that if I raise something to the power of 0, it gives me 1. So the common log of 1 should be equal to 0. Let's verify this in our calculator. Common log of 1 equals 0. Let's just explore a little bit and say, what happens if I type 0 in? What would be the common log of 0? When I type this into my calculator, it gives me an error. The reason that it gives me an error is because I can't input 0 into logarithms. Remember that when we defined a logarithm, we said that the inputs have to be bigger than 0. If I plug in 0 or a negative, then I'm going to get an error. Let's look at one more example, example 3. Between what two integers is the value of the common logarithm of 60? Answer using your number sense without a calculator, and then what we're going to do is use our calculator to write an approximation of the common log of 60, accurate to 2 decimal places. The way that I'm going to figure this out is I'm going to take advantage of the work that we've already done back here in example 2. I have the common logarithm of 10 and of 100. 60 is in between 10 and 100. So what I can do is I can say that the log of 60 should be smaller than the log of 100, but bigger than the log of 10. The log of 10 is 1. The log of 100 is 2. So the log of 60 should be in between 1 and 2. That's my estimate. Now let's use our calculator to find out what it is as an approximation to 2 decimal places. I take the common log of 60, and I get 1.77815125. To 2 decimal places, second decimal place is a 7, but because the decimal after that is 5 or bigger, I want to round up. So I'm going to write 1.78. And indeed, that is between 1 and 2. So our approximation without a calculator was correct.